Hey, what's going on YouTube? Big D here. It's time to review The Blacklist, Season 2, Episode 9, and Episode 10. Episode 9, Luther Braxton. Episode 10, Luther Braxton conclusion. I'm gonna do this just the two together. I did not review the one on Super Bowl. I'm just gonna speed through that real quick. I'm just gonna blabber it out, stuff I wrote down, and then talk about the Luther Braxton conclusion from Thursday. Thank you all for joining me. And real quick reminder, I'm gonna be reviewing Better Call Saul when it airs. So Better Call Saul, check that out on AMC, man. Anyway, The Blacklist. Finally, it returns and I get to see it. So, by the way, The Blacklist has been confirmed and renewed for a Season 3. So get ready for more red. Anyway, this is what happened in Episode 9, Luther Braxton. I know it's a waste of time. I mean, reading, it's a lot. That's a huge, yeah. So I'm just going to get to it. Red is captured, and what I like is that, like, no one knows you're out here, Red. And he's like, you don't exist anymore. And I like how Red's like, that's a load off. I love James Spader. Anyway, Red's captured, and he goes to the place called the factory. Luther is going to escape. Luther escapes and he overruns the factory. He's looking for info. Lizzie and Red is reunited. Wrestler and the others are hanging. They're literally slipping on their own blood, by the way. That is intense because I've never seen that where they're slipping on their own blood. That's crazy. Anyway, Braxton wants these codes, and Samara, she gets the codes, and they're basically hanging her. And Bruno, Bruno Fitzwilliam Museum. Oh, Red was talking about the Fitzwilliam Museum and his friend Bruno, who was a good thief and he was stealing a case, and they found him 5 years later in the vents. That's just, I thought that was funny. It sucks, man. People want to destroy the factory, but they can't get the fulcrum. It's something called the fulcrum. They're looking for this thing called the fulcrum. And, yeah. So, without Lizzie, they can't get the fulcrum without Lizzie. They're in the boiler room and it explodes. It knocks out Lizzie, and they capture her, and then Red comes with a shotgun. And basically Luther sees Red and he was like, she was there that night. And then boom, that's Episode 9. Now let's go to Episode 10, Luther Braxton conclusion. I'll talk about both in a minute. So, the missiles hit the factory. Lizzie and Braxton escape. They go to Alaska. They're trying to get the memory from Lizzie, so they're going to use like hypnosis and everything and blocking memories. She sees her father. Red hits this guy. Literally like, boom, 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 boom. He has this, that was intense. Just the sound of Red hitting him was crazy. And, Red captures Luther. Red arrives. And Wrestler arrives, and Red was there, and Luther is hanged. Red was there, he arrives with Lizzie, and he basically walks her through the dream and the hypnosis of what's going on, and she is back. Wrestler comes, and he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, shh. That was pretty epic. So Luther is hanged. I want to honestly be honest, what a waste of Ron Perlman. You wasted him. And Lizzie hates Red. Well, not hates, like, but she was like, you were there, and because now my father's dead. You're using me. This whole time I've known you. Well, it's just because of the fulcrum. And then she just walks off. So, Liz's memory has been messed with before, and Liz has this device in her bunny that she had when she was a kid. I guess it's the fulcrum. So, what I thought about these two episodes, man, honestly, I'm going to say that I like Luther Braxton Episode 9 more than Episode 10. I'm going to get to both of them right now. First off, I'm going to get with my cons just to get that out of the way and say that there wasn't not much Luther Braxton. When I heard that Ron Perlman was coming on the show, I thought it was going to be action-packed. Now, there was action-packed, don't get me wrong, but I thought it was going to be Ron Perlman jumping to cover and fighting Red and fighting the FBI and all that, but instead you just have Ron Perlman standing in a room and saying, does she have the memory yet? I'm gonna kill your child if you don't have the memory. And it's just a reminder over and over and over. And it's just, really? Are you guys really not that? They didn't use Ron Perlman right. They should have used him way more than what could have been. The second episode was slow. The one with the memory, the hypnosis, the conclusion one, that was super, super slow. And I didn't like the ending where she found the fulcrum. I think it's not a huge shock, but I was just there like, I'm not 5 years old. This isn't the way to end it. What are you doing? So what? She has a fulcrum. Whoa. So cool. Look at you. But, you know, I also didn't like the way that Luther was just hanging there. I mean, it was just, Ron Perlman was used wrong. I'm just saying, honestly, that's what I don't like, that they just didn't use him right, you know. But, I'm not saying the second episode was bad, the Luther Brand. No, it wasn't bad. I'm just saying it was slow. It wasn't boring. It was just, well, there were a little slight boring, long scenes. But overall, I do enjoy both episodes. I'll get to the pros now. The action in these episodes are hella fun. I can only imagine how they filmed it. And I love the whole breakout scene when Luther's breaking out and the way they just introduce him. That was great. Especially Red with a shotgun. Money shot right there, man. I wish he could have, like, when he was tying up Luther, if they showed it, he would be like, there are no strings on me. That'd be really cool. I love the opening, how Red's captured, and the music and everything. I always love those Blacklist openings when they do that. Still, I'm going to give it up for Ron Perlman as Luther Braxton. He did do a good job, though, as the character. The music in this episode, there is some good music here, and the effects, and I love the ending of the first, the Luther Braxton episode, and the choreography of the fighting, and the choreography of what's going on, and the pacing of the first episode, from episode 9 to episode 10, and how it literally just jumped. It didn't go to commercial and then go to episode 10. When I watched it, it literally just went to boom. So that was really cool. Overall, I'm going to give this Blacklist episodes an A-, secondarily a solid B, because it is an enjoyable show. It's just that sometimes they run it really slow where you just can't process it as much. But it's great to have Red back. It's great to have Lizzie back. Luther, I think they could have still used him a little bit more, especially because all he was just in that, the whole room. Mostly in episode 9, he was just in one place. In episode 10, he was mostly in one place. So they didn't get to move him around a lot. So that was kind of sad. But other than that, it's a good Blacklist episode. I'm great to see it back. And comment down below. Let me know what was your favorite part of the Blacklist. Hit that like button for more Blacklist. And I'll see you guys very soon. This Spock be with you always. Red. So awesome that you guys watched it and are ready for season 3. Super excited, and I heard the ratings were really good after the Super Bowl, by the way. So congratulations, NBC. Why can't Constantine be as good as the Blacklist? Like, it's as good. Why can't I'm talking about rating wise? Why can't the rate? No one watches Constantine. Watch it, man. Anyway, see you guys soon. Peace.